friends. So today we're gonna go do some returning. We're returning Itty Bitty to the store because she's too small. She's cute, but she's too little to make room for another mirror. I am going to go possibly pick up the paint for the wall. I probably won't take you with that because I don't want to give away which paint we're doing just yet. And then we're gonna go to the plant nursery because I am on the hunt to see what they have out for the fall. So usually when I start planting, we need to do some I think I'm gonna go ahead and clean up the flower bed in the back, make it what it's gonna be. That shouldn't interfere with the deck, folks. And then I gotta clean up the pots in the front. They did. So I need to replant them for the fall. And I want to move some stuff around in the front flower bed because it's just overgrown and I don't like it. But before I buy anything, I like to go to some of my favorite nurseries to look around, to see what they got before I make my final decision. So I'm going to take you with me today. Hence the reason why I have my little GoPro. So we're going to go take her back to at home and probably the artificial plants as well because I don't like them. And then we're going to go look at some plants. Let's go, friend. Okay, so we have successfully taken Itty Bitty mirror back. And the stuff that was on the table is so funny. These were in my closet because I actually don't have a problem with these, and I tried to take those back too. She's like, ma'am, I don't see these on the receipt. I was like, because you know what? They didn't come from here. They came from Hobby Lobby. So I'm trying to return stuff that ain't even theirs. But anyways, that stuff is returned, and I don't know if you can hear, but it's raining. So my plans of going to the nursery might be a little bit altered because it's raining outside, but I'm gonna drive by it and see anyway if it's raining in that area because I really want to go. I just want to plan, and it's rain in the forecast all week. So if it's raining, I probably won't even be able to get outside either to do any cleanup or anything like that. So I might have to tackle the office first, but let's see. Let's ride by and see if it is raining in the area where we're gonna go, so we can go look at some plants. But if not, then we're gonna take our tutti fruitis home. So it looks like we lucked out, and it might have already rained over here. So we are pulling up to one of my favorite nurseries in the San Antonio area. And we are going to do a little shopping or research to see what they have coming out for the fall. I love this place. It is so serene. Sometimes I just come around here to walk around and not do nothing. But today we're doing a little bit of research just to see what they got, to see what we can incorporate into the landscaping for the fall. So I'm gonna finish backing up. I'm backing this thing up, backing this thing up. Yep, and we're gonna go have a little bit of fun. Let's go. So straight out the gate, I came in and I saw these plumeria, which are beautiful, beautiful, but I'd have to put them like on the patio. I was surprised to see them because this is a tropical plant, but they're so pretty. They caught my eye. So we're going to walk around here just to kind of see what they have. Usually when I come to Millburgers, I can do two things. I can find something for the landscaping and I can do indoor plants. So I'm just going to walk you around, show you what I see, and I'll pop in every once and again when there's something that I see that I really want to address, like these banana plants that I can't put in the ground, but I want them so bad, but they're not winter hardy. Now I saw somewhere that these would come back in Texas, but I'm not convinced. And they cost a pretty penny to be playing with, so I don't know. Maybe I'll consider putting them on the deck once the deck is installed, because I do kind of want a tropical vibe on the deck. But as for right now, I'll just have to admire these from a distance. So enjoy the views. I'll be back when I've got something important to say. right, so real quick, I've got something important to say. So these are southern wax myrtles, and I see them all over the place. They like wet areas, and I can't remember if they're evergreen or if they're deciduous, meaning they keep their leaves in the winter or they fall off. I think they keep their leaves in the winter, but I love the way these flows. Now, a lot of times you can find these, I want to say this was like $150 for however big this container is. And this is how I like to come and do my research, because I want to see what the bushes and shrubs are going to look like full grown. A lot of times you can get them small and you're not real sure what it's going to look like, but this gives me a good idea. Now, this is just me admiring a magnolia. I'm not sure if I'm going to plant one of these or not. I've always wanted one. They get really big, really pretty, but I'd have to find somewhere to put them in the landscape. All right, so I'm done with talking. This is just, again, me looking around. I'll be back in a minute. So now that we've looked outside a bit, let's go inside and see what they have. So while this is probably my favorite nursery, they are the most expensive, but they always have beautiful, healthy plants. Anytime I get something from here and the one that you're going to see at the end of the video, they're always healthy. I never really have issues with them. And sometimes it's hit or miss. This time it looks like it's a hit. And I'm just kind of looking around to see what is present. A lot of times they'll have some of the popular house plants that you'll see all over the place if you're like into house plants. But for the most part, you got your sansevieria, which is your snake plants. You got your Philly fig, your ZZ plants, stuff like that. Your, what is it? I can't even think of the name of it. What is this? God dog it. What is this plant? Child. There it is, the Ficus elastica. I can't believe I couldn't remember that. But you got your ficus plants. A lot of these plants, they have them indoors under the greenhouse, but they need a lot of light. So again, when I'm coming out to do research, I'm looking for what I like. I will slowly take the names of them down so I can go back and look at their water requirements and stuff. Now, I remember a time where I would have killed for one of these. And when they first got these black velvet alocasia, they were charging like $80 for one leaf. I was like, child, you can keep it. It was not that important. So needless to say, I still don't have one. And now that I'm over my alocasia indoors kind of fetish, I don't know that I would have one anytime soon. They're prone to diseases, and it's kind of hard to keep my house really humid during the winter time, so it's likely that I won't get one of those. Now, these calatheas, they are so pretty, but they require so much work, but they always have really pretty calatheas here. Now, this Ficus Audrey, I'm thinking about getting for my bedroom. I'm not gonna lie. I know she needs a lot of light. I think I could pull it off if I put it by the window. It's $225 though, so I've got to do this on a day where Tim's not home. But isn't it pretty? Oh my gosh, it's so pretty. And I've not seen one of these here before, so that was a really good surprise. All right, keep taking a look around. I'm rambling now. We'll be back in a few. So that was a great trip. I ended up looking at a lot of stuff. I got a lot of things to do some research on. So I did some video and I took some pictures of the care tags. A lot of times I do this type of research because while I love the outdoors, I'm not familiar with like all the names of the plants and stuff. So a lot of times I'll see something at the nursery, but based on where I'm at, I like to go and do research as far as what my soil is like, what my lighting conditions are, so I can see what their needs are, how fast they grow, especially because one, we're looking for stuff to update the fall garden beds, but then two, we're also looking for stuff to create a hedge at the in the backyard. And while evergreens like the arborvitaes are cute, I am looking for some other creative options, and sometimes it's helpful to look locally to see what I can find, and then go online and like search the prices for other places and see what resources they have available as well. So it's very rare going to these nurseries that are out here by me that I actually see the arborvitae. So a part of me feels like maybe it's because they wouldn't do too great in this area, or maybe they're just not as popular. Even driving around, we have cedar trees all around. So I'm sure because they're arborvitaes and they're a type of cedar that they would do well, but for whatever reason, I don't see them sold a lot here. So I go and try to see what I see in plenty, because if it's a lot in stock, that means it does pretty well in the area. And then I go back and do the research as far as grow time, stuff like that, care, maintenance, all that good stuff, to see if it's something that I'm willing to deal with. So that's why drives like today are so important, because it gives me an opportunity to get out, see what's out, see what's coming in. I'll do this a couple of times before I make a final decision, but this gives me like data, especially because I'm new to the area. This helps me kind of determine what's going to happen. So I'm headed to another local favorite. We just left Millburgers, and they're probably my top favorite. They are the most expensive in the area though. So now we're gonna go over to Rainbow Gardens. They usually sell, like I usually get a lot of my indoor plants from Rainbow Gardens because their prices are a little bit better and they have more of the exotic stuff that I'm looking for. But they have an amazing outdoor section as well. So I'm gonna go look around over there, because sometimes they have different stuff over here than they have at Millburgers. So it's helpful to go to a couple of different areas. And then I'm gonna go to the nursery that is right outside of the house and see what they have. So just gonna take a little drive real quick, and then once we get there, we'll do some more filming. All right, so next up is Rainbow Gardens. This place is one of Summer's favorite places to come, and I like to bring her here, especially during the summertime. There's so much to do. But do you see these sunflowers? I cannot pull off sunflowers at my house. I don't like them, but when I see them in these types of environments, I absolutely fall in love. Let's take a look at what they got. It's looking kind of bad. They must not have got a new shipment in. We may have to come back another day to this one, because as much as I bragged on them, y'all would think that this ain't the place to be. But for real, y'all, when it's full, it is full. So may just be timing, which is why field trips like this are important, because sometimes Millburgers looks like this. Might just be the time of the year. It's been hot as hot can be, so it may just be timing. So we might have to make another trip here later, but there's not much here to see today. Not much to see today. All right, let's rock and roll, friends. All right, so last on the list today is probably my second favorite nursery. Now, this one is one that is a lot more affordable, but just like the first one that we went through, I can count on this place to have good stuff for outside and some really healthy indoor plants. So I'm just going to let you look around. I won't have too much to say. I did spot this one first and absolutely fell in love with it. But I don't know if a bottle bush would go in the backyard. I know it wouldn't go in the backyard. It would have to be something that I would use for the front yard. And I don't know if it's deer resistant. So unlike Millburgers, this place doesn't tell you whether or not these plants are deer resistant. Now, I have talked to the lady that owns the place, and she's like, we kind of source stuff that will work for this area, and they are really close to my house. So sometimes I'm prone to believe that it'll work, but as of now, I have to do a little bit more research on that. she looks healthy. Oh, she only $110. I think I need to move my umbrella tree. There's another one. I might do that. These are typically really healthy when they come from here. Ooh, look, that's got weird leaves. Oh, the leaves come out real funny looking on that. On that fern. It's healthy though. Let's go see what kind of smaller plants they have. They always have some good looking stuff. Look at that umbrella tree. Oh, there's another one. Yeah, I need to move my umbrella tree so she can get some more light. I might put it on the front patio so we can get a little more light. Put something else in that corner. It's a little taller. I like that Ficus Benjamin. I need to do some research on what it means. It's cute. Ooh. Oh, let me turn this off or we get in trouble. All right, so we have done all the field tripping we're gonna do today to the local nurseries. This last one, I would have to say is like my second favorite. Probably love them because they have ginormous, cost-efficient house plants. Like y'all saw that big old fiddle leaf fig tree. Gorgeous. And I want a big one and it looks healthy. So I'm considering maybe purchasing another one that's a little bit bigger for where the small one is, if she proves to do well, and then maybe moving that small one to upstairs in the game room or to the guest room or to my daughter's, the one that's in college. Her bedroom is a really south-facing window. She gets a lot of light in there, so it would be easy to move it there because the light requirements would definitely be met, and I can add some ambiance to her room because all the kids' rooms will have plants. And I can take care of it while she's not there. You know, it'll be cool. So we're gonna head home and make a quick list of all of the plants we saw today, and then we'll chat real quick about what my next steps are, because I've got a little bit of research to do to see what I'm gonna decide on. So let's head back to the house and see, and we'll chat then. Ooh, yeah. It is construction all around my house, but this is what happens when you build in a neighborhood or in an area that is developing. So let's get to the house. All right, friends, so we have made it back home, and I wanted to chit chat, kind of catch up after today's field trip, because I think we had some fun. At least I had some fun. So now that we're home and I'm pulling all of the content together, I'm gonna go through and look at the tags and the imagery of all of the stuff that I saw today. So yes, I document today, or I'm sharing what I documented today because I thought it would be fun for you guys that, you know, talk about wanting to plant and not really knowing what to do. I'm not a professional, I'm just sharing my process, but I thought it would be fun to share how I document, because my process is kind of like what we did today. So when I'm planning for outdoors, this is a new space, but when I'm planning for outdoors, I will make some trips to the nursery so that I can see what is available in the current season. So we're kind of at the end of summer, so I'm gonna have to do this a couple more times, but I like to go and see what they're starting to bring in. What's been there for the summer that didn't get purchased, and what's kind of new and what it looks like. And I usually will take videos because, like today, there was a small breeze. I like to see how the plants move in the breeze, because that would be a similar movement in my yard. So when I am looking to design my landscape, I'm looking for movement, I'm looking for color, I'm looking for texture, all of that. And then there's some core fundamental things that I want to know about the plant as well. Like, what are the watering needs? How much light does it need? How cold can it tolerate? What kind of diseases, insects and stuff like that is it prone to? So that I can make an informed decision as to whether or not I want to deal with that. I know some people are like, well, just ask a landscaper. But for me, it's therapy. I enjoy doing it. If you haven't learned already, I'm kind of control freak. So when I'm working with contractors, I like to go to them and say, okay, this is what I want to do. These are the items that I want to use. I need you to put the final touch on it to bring it to life. But this is the research that I've already done. It's very rare that I'll go into a situation where I'm about to hire somebody to do something for me, and I haven't already done my research and I don't have an idea of what I want, which is helpful in my process because I can communicate. So gardening, landscaping, while I'm not a professional, it is something that I enjoy. I spend countless hours online doing research, trying to find new stuff that can exist in my area, unique items that can exist in my area, so that I can have something that's fun, that's conversational when people come over, and that's different from my neighbors. There are some staple pieces like crepe myrtles and stuff like that we just gonna have, but I always strive to create a special type of experience, like from driving by, pulling into the house, coming into the house, there's an experience through the design, right? And then going in the backyard, there's an experience through the oasis that we're trying to create back there. So now that I know what's in stock right now, I'll make a little folder. And I'll say, okay, this is August 30th, 2022. This was what was at the nurseries. Here are the plants that were there. Here's some examples of what they look like. I kind of keep it in my project management tool that I use for business. And I'll do it again in September, early September, late September, before I make a final decision, because I'm not familiar with this area and I don't know what the ground will take and stuff like that. So I do ask questions of like local nursery people, but I'll be honest with you. Sometimes I get good advice, sometimes I don't. So I like to try to take their feedback as what it is, but then go and do my own research to make informed decisions. And then it's just trial and error from that point. So I'm gonna go do some research on the ones that I saw. The wax myrtle has caught my attention the most outside of, say, like the common cedar trees, like the green giants, the arborvitaes and stuff. I don't see a lot of those in this area, so I'm prone to believe that they may or may not do so well. Now, I will say I have a neighbor on the block down here that has some, and I've been watching theirs, and theirs look pretty good. So I don't know that it can't be done. It just may not be as popular down here, which is not bad either, but I want to find something that creates a hedge that's soft, that can be just the backdrop, because I still have other landscaping and potted plants and stuff like that that we're going to bring into the environment. This is just creating that privacy that we're looking for. At least that's what I saw today while we were at the nursery. Now, I did see some things. You heard me point out some things that I saw that I was like, oh, this would be so pretty in a pot, because I do kind of want like a tropical type environment during the summertime when it can be. And then I'll have a special place in my garage where I can overwinter them until it's time to put them back out, the ones that are in pots. But yeah, after I do all of that research, I'll kind of, make some notes in my little project or whatever. And then I'll pick my top 3. I'll do some research on those top 3. And then I'll go back, look again in a couple of weeks, see what they got. Look again in a couple of weeks after that and see what they got, because I would like to have stuff in the ground by October so that I can start to winterize it or get it winter ready by November. And at least at that point, it would have been in the ground for like a month. So the sooner the better. But at latest by October, I want to have stuff planted in the ground and set so that it can go through the winter, do whatever it's got to do. And then we'll be good from there. Morgan, open the door for your brother, please. Morgan, open the door for EJ, please. Yeah, so that was the field trip today. Now I've got a little bit of work to do. I hope it was fun for you. I know planting isn't everybody's thing, but this is kind of the way that I work to start to create the outside environments. I saw some stuff that we're going to put in the landscape, but then I also saw some stuff, that I want for like house plants and stuff like that. So today was just a fun research day, and I wanted to share it with you. So I don't know if you guys have more questions about landscaping and gardening and stuff like that, leave them down in the comments. I'd be more than happy to create some videos to talk about them. And I'll just keep sharing. When we come back for Sunday's vlog, hopefully I can get this done by Sunday, we will be going into the office probably, because I've done just about as much as I can do in here without like furniture and stuff. So I'm gonna go into the office. I'm probably gonna buy wood and stuff for the office tomorrow, but I'm probably gonna tape it off tonight. So we're gonna start the process of taping off the wall, planning how much, measuring the wood and stuff for the wall in the office so that I can get that wood up on the wall, get the office painted, add the other bookshelf, get that kind of built-in type of situation going on. I'm probably just going to add some floating shelves on top of the bookcase, because I think I'm going to make that kind of like my plant room. It's not as much light in there, so I'll have to do a bunch of low light plants, but that's my office. That's kind of where I vibe out and zen out. So that's how it's always been in other areas. So I'm likely just going to do the same there. So I'll create a couple of shelves so I can have some plants to decorate alongside of pictures and stuff like that. So it's going to be a whole fun thing. We'll start that process on Sunday of working in the office. But I thought this would be a fun intervention. What is it? Intervention until we got to Sunday's video. So thanks to those of you that decided to stop in and watch. It was fun sharing my nurseries with you. And the next time I go, I'll be sure to pull it all together as well. So thanks for watching. If you're new, don't forget to subscribe. If you're still here, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, share with all your friends. And I'll see you in Sunday's video. Bye for now.